Hi guys, Kevin Muldoon here. What I'd like to do in this video is just briefly talk about dynamic microphones. But what I want to talk about specifically is how they work for game streaming for, platforms such as Twitch, YouTube gaming, UStream, Dailymotion, that kind of thing. Now, the reason I'm talking about dynamic microphones is that there's different kinds of microphones that are available. I don't want to get into too technical a background with all that kind of thing and talk about, all the specs and that kind of thing. You just have to be aware that there's different kinds of microphones. One of the most common ones is the Blue Yeti, and that is actually called a condenser microphone. That particular mic has 3 different microphones, and this one is called dynamic. It has a cardioid pattern at the front, which means it only picks up audio at the front. That means if I set the microphone like this, you're not going to hear me, and when I set the microphone like this, you're going to hear me a lot. Now, one of the things you'll notice right away about a dynamic microphone is that the further away the microphone is from my mouth, it gets very quiet very quickly. And if I set it over there, you might struggle to hear me. I'm streaming this directly through my PS4 just now, and I did that purposely. I didn't want to do it through Audacity or through Premiere Pro or on my computer. I wanted to show gamers, I wanted to show live streamers exactly what it would be like to record using this microphone on their PS4. Now, this is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100 USB, known as the Samsung Q2U in the UK, and it is a dynamic microphone, so all other dynamic microphones will work in a very similar way. Now, again, the benefit of this is the fact that when you're up close, you can hear things. When you're away, it's not as loud. It's very sensitive up close, and it's not when it's far away. Now, that's a good thing, and it's a bad thing. And it really depends on how you operate the microphone. It really depends on how you set this up, how you really have your system set up. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Up the stairs, I have my iMac, I have my computer all set up, and I have this microphone here set up on a big boom arm. The microphone comes down like this, and it means that I can do tutorials and podcasts, and I can type away, I can make noise, and people who are listening to the podcast won't hear it, because whenever I do things like that, I can move away from the microphone like that. Now, that's really good, because microphones that are too sensitive can pick up a lot of noises. And the benefit to this is that, if you're recording a game stream, if you're recording, for example, this game is Uncharted 4 and it's in the background. If I was recording this game, you wouldn't hear a lot of the noise in the background. You wouldn't hear people outside as much. You'd maybe hear it faintly, but not much. The downside to that is that you really need to be close to the microphone, like here. Whereas if I hold it here, it's not so good. Now, again, what I was saying was it comes down to your setup. If I'm sitting playing my PlayStation and I'm at a desk, if I'm sitting at a desk and I've got this down a boom arm, coming down like this, then that's good, because I'm just talking to the microphone, and I'll have my controller like this, and I'll just talk into the microphone when I want to talk, and I'll move away in game, and then I'll sit in and talk. But that's not how I have it set up. I'm sitting on my couch. I like sitting on my couch when I'm playing games as well, and this kind of microphone, it's not exactly the best, because I need my hands, so I would really need some sort of boom arm, something to hold up this microphone so that I can play the game and be hands free. That is not something you can do with this, really. You really need to put this up in a stand if you're going to be using it. I have a little stand here, but it's quite low down. You can get desktop microphones, so that would be one option you could use. If you get a dynamic microphone and you like the way that it goes away like this, it allows you to come and go as you please, and if you want to talk, you can talk. If you see someone there, then you can lean forward and start talking. You can buy little desktop microphone stands, and a lot of the time these are used for example, for recording the audio from drums in a band. Then they'll be like just like a foot off the ground or something, and if you put it on the table, that could be the perfect setup. You could set your microphone here like this, I could play a game, and I could lean forward and talk, and then I could lean back. So again, to reiterate the same point, it does come down to how you set up your microphone how you have everything set up as far as your configuration goes. I see a lot of people on Twitch and on YouTube gaming, and they're sitting at their desk, and if you're sitting at your desk and you've got a boom arm, a dynamic microphone could be the answer to a lot of your problems, because you're maybe not going to pick up a lot of your noise, a lot of the noises that you're making, for example, on your keyboard, or just anything. For example, I watched someone game the other day, and they were sitting eating, and you could hear everything, and that's sometimes not what you want. Whereas if I was eating just now, I would just come away like this, and I would eat, and then I would go forward, and I would, I could talk. So that is the benefits of using the dynamic microphone. I'm going to talk about the benefits of using a microphone such as the Blue Yeti, which is a condenser microphone, but I'll have to do that in a different video because Sony doesn't allow me to change. I did want to do this recording directly through my PS4, because this tutorial, or this explanation in this video, is directly for those of you who are doing live streams, those of you who are doing gaming. So I wanted to do it directly through my Sony PS4 to show you hands-on what it sounds like and what happens when I move the mic, when I move the microphone up and down. So this has been an example of a dynamic microphone, and again, this is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100 USB, known as the Samsung Q2U, but all dynamic microphones will work like this. And I apologise if my audio has been going up and down. That is not something you would normally get if I was using that, because what I would hopefully be doing would be keeping the microphone stationary, but because I'm holding it and I'm coming and going, you'll see my volume going, the volume of my voice going up and down. But I hope you found this tutorial useful. Stay tuned, because in 2 minutes time I'm going to be recording another video, and it's going to be about the benefits of using a condenser microphone for doing live streaming. So I'll be talking about the Blue Yeti, I'll be talking about condenser mics in general, and I hope you find that tutorial useful. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this useful, if you found it enjoyable, please do subscribe to my channel. Please do click like, share, or subscribe. And if you've got any questions about any of this, please do ask a question below in the comment area, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, take care.